Lately, I've realized that I'm a very anxious person, and I suffer from a lot of anxiety. Not like some anxiety disorder, and like I need to seek proper treatment. But I think most people in general, we don't even realize what anxiety even is, and that we actually have it. With my case in particular, I didn't even know what anxiety meant. I thought anxiety was a state of just always being worried and like you're fucking always panicking because there's always something on your mind that was like crippling your mental state. And I guess that's kind of what it is, but I didn't ever feel like it was a negative bad thing that was holding me back from like achieving my goals. And that's still true to this day, but I looked up what anxiety was because I was reading this book by Naval Ravikant. It's pretty much just like what do you call it, like an autobiography kind of book, and he talks about how anxiety, it's not that the fact that you're worried, it's just the fact that you can't sit in peace because you have so many different thoughts running through your mind all the time. Like after you accomplish one goal or something that you're thinking about or stressing about, after you acknowledge that, you can't just sit there and be pleased with yourself. There's always another thought that's always bumping in, and maybe there's like three, four, five different thoughts always coming in at once. And that's something I can definitely relate to. I don't know if it's my ADHD, but I've got that for sure. And I've been trying to combat that, and there's been a few things that I've done that really helped me combat the anxious thoughts. And I can actually kind of sit there and kind of be like, you know what, my head's kind of quietish. I'm kind of getting bored here, and I think it's a great thing. And the first thing, the biggest thing that I've been doing the last few days is prayer and meditation. Now we don't have to talk about prayer for a long time. Like I understand you don't have to be religious. If you're religious, then you understand the benefits. If you're not, then or if you're against it, that's totally fine. But I think if you're not religious, you should still practice meditation at least. The point of meditation is not to just fucking sit there. It's not to just sit there and look cool and look zen. The point of meditation, at least for me, is to sit there and understand that every time I do get distracted with a thought, that I kind of see it as a good thing now. I used to get so distracted and unmotivated when I was doing meditations because I'd always be like, I can't fucking do this. I can't sit still. I've always got thoughts running through my mind. Sometimes I don't even realize I was lost in a thought until 20, 30 seconds, a minute later. But that's the whole point. The moment you realize that there was a thought there to begin with, and you notice that, and then you bring yourself back to the present moment, and you clear your mind with any thoughts, I consider that as one rep. That's a great thing. You want to be getting thoughts in your mind because that's how you perform meditation. That's how you get better at being present and not having those anxious thoughts. So I kind of see meditation as kind of a self-therapy or self-therapeutic way of treating your anxiety. Or not even just anxiety, but just some sort of stress. And it's really relaxing. I started doing this again when I started going to the sauna. Sauna is a fucking another one that helps me. Like, whenever I go to the sauna, there are zero thoughts in my mind. I think it's because my body is like under attack of the fucking changes in temperature that I don't have time to be thinking of like all my usual anxious thoughts. My mind goes blank and I'm like there just focusing in the present moment because I have to. I'm telling myself, oh shit, it's getting hot. Oh, okay, let's get through this. It's an automatic response. And I found that so fascinating. So I would pair meditations. I'd kind of breathe in and out, focus on my breathing and do it as my body is suffering, which, it can help and it does work, but it can be quite uncomfortable. But sauna and meditations have really allowed me to clear my mind of any thoughts. And obviously it hasn't fixed 100%, like my mind still races. But yeah, that's been a big help. And also, the last few days, I've actually deleted Instagram off my fucking phone. I still use it. I still have to use it to talk to some editors and people I work with and stay in touch. But I've turned off all notifications and I've deleted the app today as well because I understand that the reason why we get so many different thoughts and distractions and just we can't fucking sit still and relax and just be bored, which is actually a good thing. You want to be bored and have no thoughts. That's how you can sit in peace and quiet. It's because we're so used to craving dopamine now and fucking social media like Instagram, TikTok, Shorts. You don't understand how negative it is until you put it away and force yourself to not touch Instagram for at least a few days. I remember this morning, I instinctively, without even thinking, I grabbed my phone and opened Instagram. This is why I deleted it a few hours ago. But I grabbed it and I just realized how fucking overstimulated my brain was. I was like, whoa, there's so many different colors, so many, like, you go on the discovery page and like there's like fucking 9 different videos playing at the same time. There's like a naked girl and a guy in India being fucking starved to death, and like there's all these like fucking crazy things going on. Like, that's not good for us. We're not meant to be seeing, let alone one thing at a time, but so many different things at once. Like, our brain can't even handle it, and then we realize it's been 30 minutes an hour, and then we finally put our phone down, and we question why we can't sit still. We question why we're so anxious all the time. We're supposed to be prioritizing and thinking about the things that matter in life. We should only be 1, 2, max 3 things in life. For me right now, it's literally just improve my mental health, but that's just something that's ongoing. But I only focus on creating content and going to the gym. If I'm not going to work, that is. But those are the two things I love to focus on, or that I only focus on. And that in itself doesn't seem like a lot, but you realize if you just focus on one thing, that can become a lot because there's so many different things that go into focusing on the one thing. Like creating content and focusing on YouTube. It's not just filming videos. It's getting the courage and the urge to get up and to put on your clothes, then look presentable in front of the camera and to make sure your mic is working, make sure your phone's charged or your camera's charged, and then you got to edit. See right there? So many thoughts already just on the one act. That's why I'm so big on simplifying your life and not having all these big different goals, because you're going to get yourself overwhelmed. And overwhelmed is just another word for being anxious and just not being able to be focused and sit still and be present in what you actually have to do. And that's actually not a good thing either, being present on what you have to do. I don't even think that's the end goal of meditation or meditating and anxiety. It's just to be clear of any thoughts and just be present and be bored in a way. And when I simplify my goals and I've done all my tasks, like usually I can sit still for a couple of minutes. I'm like, I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, I fucking did that. And what's next? And then I kind of have to think for a few seconds. All right, I guess I can read a book or whatever. Well, I guess I have to go to the gym now. But man, those are some things that I've done. So meditating, prayer, sauna, and just fucking the overstimulation of social media apps like Instagram and TikTok. Like I reckon if you just start implementing those tactics, like your anxiety is going to reduce by like 85%. Like I made up that statistic obviously, but it's genuinely, think about it. Then the other fixes you can do, like the sugary foods you're eating or the people you're surrounded by, your environment, those things can play a part as well. But I mean, everything else, it is what it is. All right, it is Tony fucking Lee. Hopefully that helped. I love you. Good night.